Here we have the 2025 Lexus LX 600. This one comes in the F Sport trim level. This color is ultra white. And then we have black semi-aniline leather trimmed interior. Powertrain consists of a 409 horsepower, 3.4 liter twin turbo V6, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED daytime running lights along with our triple beam LED headlamps, LED fog lights down below, and just a nice sophisticated big boy look for this LX 600. It really is a specimen. Like in person, it looks so good. It looks so sleek. Now these wheels are going to be Ford's alloy 22s. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Memory seat functions are here. And I love just the colors of like the, almost like a brass finish kind of to the door panel. The buttons are like that, or the door handle, excuse me. We get the Mark Levinson reference sound system. I think that's like a $2,600 option. I tested it out, it is phenomenal. One touch up and down windows on all 4 doors, power door lock controls, power mirror controls. We get power folding side mirrors with blind spot monitors, and we can set those to auto there. And then the trip meter here, we can adjust brightness of the gauge clusters. Just so much going on. And then you can hit this button and it toggles the front camera and a few other views as well. Trailer brake controller, lift gate, auto stop toggle, gas cap release, hood release, power tilt telescoping steering wheel. Look at the pedals there. And here is the power driver seat. We also get power thigh support and 4-way power lumbar support. We'll also get massage function here as well. Love having the S Sport in the headrest. But a huge thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this LX 600 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these new, closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. So very comfortable seating back here, but that's kind of my space behind this. This is a full 3-row SUV, so the seat back pockets are on both sides. I love that we get dual zone climate controls in the back. So we have the quad zone AC controls all together, where we have left side, right side, same for the front. And then we even have heated cooled seats in the second row as well that we can set to auto. So very impressive. And I love how the buttons look here as well. Just very fancy. You can open the box from back here if we don't want to open it from the front. Say you have something in the cool box, which we can activate with that button there. You can just reach in there and get it. But just something to behold, this interior here. There's a sunroof. You do get a sunshade there. Your lights can be activated on either side here. Very bright, very nice. And then here, this hasn't even been opened. You can get to those bottle holders right there in the middle. But again, the interior is just so nice. Love that we also have the option to use the rear blinds here. That's what they look like up over there. Pretty sturdy hanger hook here if you want to hang your uniform even on the back here, or a shirt. And I also like how the running boards are. Makes it easier to get in and out of. Child locks are right here, so that is manual latch. And for 118 grand with the sticker price, I just find that interesting, but it doesn't really bother me. Now, these are soft closed doors, so once you shut that, it automatically closes by itself. Premium only for this. And LED tail lamps for the back there. Nice boxy look. And then the trailer hitch is integrated behind this cover here. You get a maximum tow capacity of 8,000 pounds. There's your exhaust, spare tire. And tons of space with the third row down here. But if you have the third row up, USB-C port there. You can adjust the sliding position of the seats there. And then you have a 123 prong plug-in right here. Now, if you want to fold the seats up or down, push of a button there. And they're pretty strong. They're pushing this mat up. So that's what the seats look like there. So just a quick look at them. And there's the space you have behind the second row there, and the top tether's on the back of the seats there. But I'm gonna put this back how I found it. So we're gonna fold all this down, and then we will put the mat back on top of it. So pretty swift motion, honestly. And it really does make a huge difference in terms of the cargo space. But as you do come around to this rear passenger side, if you want to fold that seat lever here, that'll tumble it, or you can just keep it flat like that. And then if you want to put it back into place, just push up on it, and you can use this. You can see the difference in recline there with it being back. This is all the way up here, and then I can even push it back a little bit further. So pretty adjustable second row, which I like. And a big plus for me is just being that we have the side airbags on the rear seat as well that are built into the seat, so that's pretty neat. So power with 4-way power lumbar support for the front passenger seat. No power thigh support, but you know, whatever. Lockable glove compartment here. Owner's manuals are in this one, and then we do have the window sticker if I can get it unfolded. And you all can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at anything. So there's the sticker price there, $117,879, and that's about what it is pre-owned right now, as this just came out. But again, if you want to make sure you pay that best possible price, hit that link in the description below, or hit that first link to get it from Auto Collection or Auto Pro of Nashville. So there's that 3.4 liter twin turbo V6. So before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm gonna show off these turn signals, see what they look like. I like the ones in the headlamps. I feel like the ones in the mirror are kind of tiny, but I mean, don't bother me. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. We do have 3 different modes for that. We can set it to auto, or then there's 2 levels of heat. There's a horn there. I'm gonna X out of this and kind of just run through the screen. We get AM, FM, XM radio, Bluetooth audio, and then we also have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility. Everything's pretty simple in the screen itself. Your driving assist features are all there. You can turn those on or off. Tire pressure monitors. Your settings are here, so you can go into your general settings, keyboard there, then language and units. If you want to adjust that, is right in there. Now with navigation, you have to have that subscription to use that. But backup cameras there with the guidelines that follow you. You have that front camera again. I'm gonna hit this button here. And a lot of off-roading cameras as well. And I'll show you why you might need that here. Close the shade here. So you can see as you turn the steering wheel, it adjusts on the actual picture here. But you can see your pitch, roll, all of that. And then you can adjust a few settings here, including your AC controls, which are always down here below. And you can change fan direction there. And then your temperature within the actual buttons down here below. And then set it to auto, windshield de-icer. There's just a lot that you can really fool with. But right here, your MTS modes, you can fool with those if you want to turn that on or off. And then when it's on, you have all those different options if you want to do it for dirt, sand, mud, deep snow. And then in your drive modes, look how many drive modes you have. Custom, Sport Plus, Sport S Plus, Normal, Comfort, Eco. And then of course, your DAC and your crawl there. You turn that on, and then you can also adjust that if you want to. But I usually keep it on the just regular drive modes like most people. But then you can also manually adjust the 4-wheel drive here if you want to have it in high or low. And I think I just said the DAC crawl. That's a mode in itself. You don't change anything on that. But down here, USB-C ports. Again, you get heated, cooled seats for the front as well as the back, 3 stages, or you have that auto. Then a 12-volt there. Now for the shifter, hit the brake, hit this button, reverse, neutral, drive. Come over here, you can manually shift there, or you have the paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage, auto hold there, center differential lock, traction control, and then several different levels for raising this suspension, folks. So if you want to raise it all the way up or lower it, you can. Wireless charging pads here. Again, your cool box, which also serves as a center console cubby space. Can be full width there. A rear camera mirror, off, on, garage door transmitter, and then your actual mirror settings are there. Sunglasses holder. It's a tight squeeze up here. And then over here you have the lights. And then your sunroof controls. You could tilt or slide it. I'm gonna show you the shade there. And then we're just going to see how far it slides back. So pretty good. Then you can hold it a second time to get it all the way back. But there's a view of the back seat from up here. Vanity mirror, not bad. And then back to the steering wheel itself. Blinkers, high beams, flash, fog lights, and then we have our automatic headlamps there. Now for the windshield wiper controls, we do have automatic, so that's one time off, auto, low, high. We can adjust that auto sensitivity here. Then our rear wiper off, intermittent on. Push back for that rear fluid, pull up for the front fluid. Volume controls, voice recognition, Bluetooth button. This back button and these 4 arrows are for what you can adjust here in the gauge cluster. So it's a lot to do. You can hold the OK button to customize it as you see fit, which is pretty neat. And then over here, use this mode button to go through your audio sources. This goes through your track list, radio station presets. And then the rest of this is your driving support system. So lane keeping, adjust the gap here, go between adaptive or standard cruise there, and then you can turn the whole support system on for the lane centering and adaptive cruise there. Heads up display is right there in the middle. Turn this airspeed down a little bit. And then push button starts here. Finally, here's the key fob with the case on it for the F Sport. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 LX 600 F Sport out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this LX 600 F Sport here. It's a tongue twister, I apologize. It is a very nice riding SUV. It's so quiet in here. Everything is very plush. And for a $118,000 sticker price, I would expect it to be. But they just did a great job with this interior, a great job with the capability that this thing has. And I feel like the vast majority of people that buy this SUV will not be concerned about how well it can handle off-road or how adjustable the suspension is and all of that, but you're able to do so much with this thing. And it doesn't chug as much gas as it used to. It still chugs gas, but it's still getting 17 city, I think 22 highway, as opposed to just getting whatever when it had the V8. But I mean, I really like the different drive modes that you can adjust. Again, the suspension. Of course, you still have that off-road oriented drive system with, again, the full 4-wheel drive system, and then you can adjust that how you see fit depending on your terrain and such. But what always made the LX 600, well, the LXs in general, such a great SUV was they were expensive, yes, but if you were able to appreciate both sides of it, you realize there was really nothing that could touch this. You have the off-road capability, which is phenomenal, but then if you don't want to use it for off-road purposes, it's still a great SUV in terms of luxury. My grandpa has one. He's like in his mid-80s, and I guarantee you he doesn't do that. He doesn't do anything with that thing except use it to go to the grocery store, and he's very pleased with it. So no one's behind me. I'm gonna give myself a little space to just give it a pull. I'm not gonna floor it, but I'm gonna get close because this does have a few miles on it. And that's where this rear camera mirror comes in handy. Here we go. So pretty good pull. Now what I really liked is with these different drive modes and this Sport S Plus, it sounded so gnarly, but on top of that, the shifts were they were hard, and that's how I like them when I'm in this drive mode. So we have the full driving support system on now. Adaptive cruise, lane centering. And again, the ride here is so great. It's so smooth. You're up high, but again, if you even want to fool with that a little bit, there are several different changes you can make to the ride height to make that even better for you. But for me, I like being up higher like this. I like the overall feel. And again, it could be even higher than how I am now. Now, I do want to give one more big thanks to Auto Collection of Murfreesboro and Auto Pro Nashville for allowing me to review this LX 600 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home new, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are finding to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now again, one of the reasons this is such a good SUV is it really does everything. You have the sporty mode. If you just want to run this thing hard, it's still super quick. You have the comfort mode if you just want a great ride and you just want to feel like $1 million in the lap of luxury. But then you also have again, all the off-road capabilities that this comes with, just being able to use that four-wheel drive, different drive modes, different ways of just driving the vehicle in general. And it's really one of those things that if reliability stands up like the older LXs, then this will be hard to beat, because again, it's not like an Escalade. An Escalade has four-wheel drive, but it's not really meant to be an off-road vehicle. But this here really does do what it says. So if you want to go crawl some rocks or whatever, you can. That's how durable this vehicle is. Now, with something being this big, you wouldn't expect the visibility to be as good as it is, but it's very good in here. You're sitting up a bit higher, even though the heads-up display and the dash here kind of intrudes on the line of sight a little bit. I can still see everything in front of me, even with the hood sloping down. So visibility is very good. The pillars aren't taking up too much space. Blind spot monitors, having the rear camera mirror, just everything that's set up here just makes it that much easier to see out of. But my final thoughts on this SUV, if you've got money to spend, this is a good way to do it. Again, it does so much, and it's just, it checks every box in my opinion. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Lexus LX 600 F Sport.